We are Steve and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Jill and I talk about managing land business burnout.
It's a thing.
Jill and I are neck deep in career path right now, and we're coming up with a lot of good topics because these are some of the things, a lot of these topics this week, probably for the next several weeks, are legitimate career path discussions.
Well, and even our discussions.
On this topic, yes.
Yeah. We're just going to share it and air it right here with you.
A little bit burned out, Jill.
One of us does get burned out. And it's shockingly not usually me, but we'll talk about that.
All right. This is how this is going to go. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And don't forget to subscribe on the Land Academy YouTube channel and comment on the shows you like.
Kyle wrote, "Hey, I just joined yesterday, hitting the ground running. I started on Land Academy 1.0, but I'm a little confused. Should I be starting with Land Academy 2.0? Is that the most up to date? It was just confusing because one says infill lots and one says vacant land." I get it. It is a little confusing. Kyle, you are not alone.
So this is here's the deal. We've really explained this in multiple areas, and I'm glad you're asking here because we'll explain it here too. It's a lot like Microsoft Windows. We're on Microsoft Windows 10 now, Windows 10. It's not often that, or ever, that I'll go back to Windows 3.1 and learn from it.
You know, it's funny. My dad used to do that. He hated updates. He didn't understand it. And he would just like struggle through. We're like, why are you doing that, Dad? And he would still be on the 3.0 version when we're all on 8.
Yeah. Well, back then.
So don't be that guy.
Back then, since we're going to talk about computers.
Yeah.
Back then, you had to have once you got the new version of Windows, you need to get new computer parts because the hardware couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So that's just not the case at all now, always. But anyway, back to this. Start with the most recent. There are diehard people on Discord in Land Academy that love the cash flow from land program from
2015.
Yeah. And Kevin Farrell's one of them. Kevin, our famous moderator in Discord. So he always tells everyone, don't do anything except go back to that, follow it step by step. We have people in Career Path that just brought that up.
Yeah.
I just followed the step-by-step program and cash flow from land program, which was our first one. Yeah.
Today.
So 3.0, they're all kind of the same. They have extra stuff in them that I think is really helpful as we have gone through these years. But 3.0 will probably be out by the time this airs or close to it. And so if I was brand new, I would start with that.
So that's the new thing. It is coming out probably in a couple weeks, honestly. But so the cash flow from land is our original program. 1.0 was an updated version with some different things and tips and tricks that we've learned since then.
And it was a supplement to the original program, not a standalone program.
And then the rural vacant land 2.0 was just a separate little thing like, hey, take the cash flow from land if you want to focus on infill lots. Then that was the 2.0 that you could add on. And now we're doing 3.0, which is basically an all-encompassing, update to the cash flow from land.
Here's my final point on this.
Yeah.
You need to watch them all. If you're serious about this.
You get nuggets out of everything. It's true.
We have people in Career Path that are making millions of dollars a month. And many, many people in Career Path that make over $1 million a year, and they want to increase their business, and they've seen all the education and they know all about it. So the answer in all of this is start with the most recent, but depending on how serious you are about this and how much you want to learn and succeed, you really should take all of it in.
Cool.
Today's topic, managing land business burnout. This is the meat of the show. Jill, it seems like you have a lot to say about this.
I made some notes. Well, I may or may not have personal experience in our home having this discussion. Because you know what? It's hard. Like you've done this since the 90s. So I get it. I'm a baby compared to you. I've got 10, 12, I don't know how many years under my belt. But it's still nothing to sneeze at. It's a long time. And it's a lot of, just like most things, it's repetitive. There's a lot of repetitive tasks that we do every day. You pick a county, get the data, scrub the data, send out the mail, field the phone calls, especially that part too. There's days that you're just getting pounded, with phone calls of people coming in, some good, some bad. And you have to stay fresh, and you have to stay, interested, because you're trying to buy these properties to sell these properties. And then on the flip side too, you want to stay excited about the properties and motivated, so your buyer is excited and motivated too when they purchase your property and are talking to you. So land business burnout, we've struggled with it. It's a real thing. I want you to know you're not nuts. You're not alone. And I have some tips for you. Do you want to talk?
I have a story.
Go ahead.
So we've obviously done tens of thousands of deals, Jill and I. And we just got a property back in. And one of the things that I do when Jill asks me to is to log into the CRM. We use Airtable and approve a deal. It's usually she's either on the fence about it, or it's a bigger deal, or for some reason, she just doesn't buy it herself for whatever reason. And so in this case, she's asked me, the CRM asks me, they all just we don't talk to each other about it. We all put notes and trigger emails so that I have to go in there and look at it. And in this case, I went in there and looked at it, and the transaction coordinator and a new title agent that we have said this property doesn't have any access. And here's the preliminary title report to prove it. Do you want me to proceed? ? At Jack Butella. So I go in and I review the preliminary title report like I've done 1,000 times before. And this is what it says. Yeah, we're going to write a title assurance policy on this, but we're not sure, this is the title company saying this in their policy, if this property has access. So we're going to schedule B exempt access. We're going to insure it. It's going to close like a regular deal. It just didn't pass all of our tests about legal access. Certainly has physical access. You can go and see it. There's a huge county road driving right through the middle of the property. This is a buy for $14,000 and sell for $60,000 to $80,000, according to our Rockstar land real estate agent in this area. So if this kind of thing is happening to you, you might be burnt out.
Here it comes.
I've been through this type of transaction.
Yeah.
I bet half the properties I've ever purchased in the specific state that I'm talking about had a Schedule B exemption for access. Mm-hmm. But they don't know that. And so they are trying to save us from ourselves. They think in their head that they're helping me from making a bad decision that's going to bankrupt me. Mm-hmm. So I blew my top. And
that's what happens when you have land business burnout. You don't want to blow your top.
That's right.
You want to catch it before that.
I'm not advocating blowing my top.
No,
but
yeah.
I don't know why or how somebody these people have been in the business for as long as I have. They're older than me.
Yeah. How they're at this point, what they're trying to save us. I'm telling them too same thing every day. Like, I knew that when I bought it.
So my question to you is, Jill.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Yeah.
I have it. All right. Well, number one, take breaks. I know.
That doesn't help.
Oh, yes, it does.
Little tiny breaks doesn't help.
Not little tiny breaks. What about getting in the RV and going away for a weekend? That's what I'm saying. Taking breaks. What about going fishing? What about
that helps?
Going to a gun show? What about going to a movie? How about, like what we did on Monday? I don't want to work. Do you want to work? I don't want to work. So we don't work. Take a break. We do it all the time. I am here to tell you. It's a lot. Also hire help. Think about the stuff that you're doing. There's probably some things that you're doing like deeds that you're like, if I have to make another deed myself, I'm going to shoot somebody.
Yeah, Jill's got that about deeds. I agree with that.
Well, do you like making deeds?
No, because I haven't had to do it for a very long time because we've had a staff who does it.
Right.
And mostly does it wrong.
Well, that's my pet peeve. So hire the right people, spend a few extra minutes training them, and get that out of your life. That's a huge one. So get help. I have 4 things here. My third thing is what?
Get help. Jack, get some help.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about that, but we won't do that now. When I said air it and share it, I didn't mean that. But yeah. All right. Third thing is use your peers.
Oh, we ended up buying that property, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's a great property.
We ended by the Schedule B exception property.
Of course, because we knew.
Yeah.
It's all good. So use your peers. Sometimes you get so burnt out that you might be overthinking something. You might be passing on some good deals. I've seen that happen in Discord, and I've seen it in Land Investors and other environments where people are like, they're just tired, they're burnt out, and they're like, I don't think this is a good one. And you need another pair of eyes to go, oh, no, don't, you missed this attribute, or did you not look at the same pricing I looked at kind of thing? You're like, oh. So use your peers, lean on your peers, and you have them. They're in landinvestors.com, and they're in Discord. And they're on the Thursday call. And they're us too. So, and then finally, make some changes. Change it up. Maybe make changes to your property types. Change your areas. Do something else that is more exciting. Maybe add a niche. Maybe you've got it running so smoothly on the infill lots that you're like, I'm going to start looking at doing commercial property. I don't know. Dream it up. I'm going to really start zoning in on this and something that's going to, I argue that when you find a new property type and there's more opportunity there and less people doing it and great chances of great profit, that just might be what you need to get excited, because that gets us excited.
Best surefire way for me to stop burnout, this is me personally, I don't think it's everybody, it's certainly not Jill, is to mechanize the machine so that on the first Tuesday of, for example, the first Tuesday of every month, 12,000 letters go out on this third. So it's just in a machine. We know exactly who's going to answer the phone. It's the same person that's been answering the phone for years. They do a great job. It's tested and vetted and done. The deals come back. They go into CRM. We don't even know about it yet. Jill and I are off doing something else, teaching Land Academy probably. And then it's at a certain point, let's say on Thursday, we respond, Jill and I respond to what's in the CRM. This is the same thing over and over and over again. We approve 50% of what we review, basically. But even then, hopefully your transaction coordinator is like, you guys are going to love this one. You might like this one. Probably not, but I got to check on this, because they know us so well, because it's all just in a machine. So we approve the properties and it goes into the sales machine. And so that will stop burnout. That stops burnout for me.
Just having a routine.
What destroys my soul
and
triggers all this for me is when every deal is different. Let's talk about this deal. This deal comes, well, yeah, but it's a little bit hilly. That in a Land Academy environment, I have no problem with that. But in my own deals, it's like, we've been through this 15 times before. And this is what I've learned over a lot of years. They just want attention. But you don't talk to an employee for like a whole year and they're doing great. And their paycheck's clearing and the whole thing. That's my ideal scenario. And that's just not the way Jill runs her business at all.
Nope. That's not the way everybody else. So again, remember when I told you we don't let Jack answer the phone? Well, there you go. Need to send out a few thousand offers to property owners like us? Check out offers and the number 2 owners.com. So it's offers2owners.com. No setup fees, free mail merge, exceptional service, and now including just released for everyone, concierge data and pricing. It's awesome. Give Offers to Owners a call today. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show is called The Solution, My Solution to All Land Business Bottlenecks. I don't mean 99%. I mean all of them. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Feel better now?
I felt great before. I know the thing is, I don't get burned out on Land Academy ever.
No.
Why is that?
I know you don't.
Do you get burned out on land?
No, we talked about that. I think there's nature nurture to this too. Remember, because I had a very monotonous job for, over a decade, and it's not this one. And it's not being with you.
It's not this land business job I have.
It's not the job of sleeping next to you.
Oh my God,
I'm
Jill.
joking.
Jeez.
No,
It's nasty.
I'm joking. Come on. No, but I had a very monotonous job for a long time. People were like, how did you do that for 1 year, let alone that many years?
I mean, I'm on that person. Whoever said that, I don't know how you did that job.
I know. Well, I made it fun. I guess I should have added that in there too. That's
Should teach a
another one.
class.
I did make it fun.
Should teach a
and
class
I had a good
on
time with
making
my peers.
Stuff that's terrible fun.
Yeah. We were on the phones and people couldn't see your face. We'd make faces and draw pictures. It was kind of funny, but it was, never disrespectful. Just like, oh, here we go again kind of thing. And just, again, you made it fun and it was no big deal. And so hopefully that helps somebody. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you find our content valuable and we really appreciate your support. If you haven't already, please check out our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. We're Steve and Jill.
Information
And inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.